Okay, so we're gonna start with this first one. The first one is very easy. And if you notice that these assignments, the questions go with the practice ones. So like this one is gonna help you with these ones, this one will help you with those, this one will help you with these ones. So just kind of be aware of that if you're looking for some guidance today. All of this stuff you've seen before, all of these problems we've at least worked out over one of the past couple days, and therefore we're just trying to fine tune it now. All right, so first of all, that first one is x squared minus 6x minus 16. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to take it, x squared minus 6x minus 16. We're going to multiply our a times our c. That's going to give me a negative 16. We're all good there? Okay, is my b term positive or negative? So am I going to list out negative or positive answers over there? Okay, good. We're going to have negative 1 and negative 16. We're going to have, oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Let me backtrack. Hold, please. This is a negative answer, right? Therefore, it means we have to have a negative and a positive to get a negative answer when we multiply. I just got a little carried away there. So what I mean by that is 1 times a negative 16 works, but also negative 1 times a positive 16 works. Do we understand that? Okay. Positive 2 and negative 8. Negative 2 and positive 8. 3 does not work. We're going to get to our 4s. We're going to have negative 4 and positive 4. Obviously, I could rewrite that and have a positive 4, negative 4, but since they're both negative 4, it doesn't matter. Okay, the only one that gives me a negative 6 is this right here. What's the difference between this answer and that answer?
One will be positive, one will be negative.
Good. One will be a positive and one will be a negative. If I rewrite this now, I'm going to have x squared. Let me rephrase that. We're going to have x and x, and then we're going to have minus 8, and then we're going to have x plus 2. And that's our final answer. That's back to the first day of doing this concept. Pretty straightforward. Any issues with that one? Anything you want me to clarify? Are we pretty good with that? Ben, you're good? All right, so I'm just going to write this answer here just so that you'll have it for a little bit later. So we're going to have x minus 8 and x plus 2. Can I move on to the next one, or do we want to spend any more time talking about that particular concept? Good? Okay. The next one. Notice that we have an a term. It's not just a 1. My best advice to you when we see these types of problems is to see, can we simplify them? Is there any number that we can divide all 3 of those terms by? Well, we could do 5, 5, but then we get to this 12. I can't divide 12 by 5. So what other options do I have? 2, right? So I'm going to take this problem and write it down here again. Tommy, can you see okay? Okay, cool. So we're going to have 50x squared plus 10x minus 12. I'm going to divide all 3 of these terms by 2. That's going to leave me with 25x squared plus 5x minus 6. We okay there? So in my answer now, I've got to have this divided by 2. So I'm going to just add the 2 up here just as a reminder. We'll get back to that shortly. Okay, so 25x squared plus 5x minus 6. Now, unfortunately, we still got to multiply a big number by a pretty small number. So 25 times negative 6 is going to produce a negative answer. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. So we're looking for a negative 150. Once again, you guys have calculators. So for this math, I know it seems like a big number, but you can literally do 150 divided by 2, or 150 divided by 1, however you want to do it, over and over and over until we've listed them all out. Okay? So I'm going to have negative 1 and positive 150, positive 1 and negative 150. What about 2? Can 150 be divided by 2 evenly?
Yes.
What's it going to be? What is it?
75.
Yep, so we're going to have negative 2 and positive 75, positive 2 and negative 75. About 3? 50? What's wrong, Evan? You already found the answer?
Yeah.
Great. After I finish this process, when you're doing it on your own, I don't need, I don't need to see the full list. I'm just gonna continue it for the sake of these examples, okay? But that's great, Evan, I'm glad you got it. -3 and +50, +3 and -50. What about 4?
Nope.
5?
Yes.
What was 5?
5 and 20.
-5 and 30, +5 and -30. 6? 25. Let's do a -6 and +25, +6 and -25. 7?
Nope.
8?
Nope.
9?
Nope.
10?
Yep.
10's gonna be 15, right? So we're gonna have -10 and +15, and then we're gonna have a +10 and a -15. Well, what am I looking for my B term? A +5, right? And so therefore, I have to choose the -10 and +15. The -10 and +15. We're okay with those selections there? All right, if I rewrite this problem out now, here's what we've got. 25 x squared minus 10x plus 15x minus 6. And just to remind you what I'm doing here, if I take -10x and 15x, doesn't it give me a +5x? So yes, it looks like I'm making this more complicated, but in reality, I'm just helping myself for the next step. All right, can anybody tell me what the next step's going to be? From this point, I've got it all written out. I found which terms work to break the B. Steven, what do I do?
What do we do with that two?
It's up here, my final answer.
We're gonna go.
Nothing until the final answer.
You need to put them in.
Brian, what do I do?
Put them in parentheses.
Yep.
And then see if you can divide them.
Very good. So I broke them up into parentheses. Again, that's how we made this step bigger. So we could go ahead and break them up into 2 pieces. And now I want to know, what can I factor out of them? So if I look at this particular parentheses right here, what can I divide 25x squared minus 10x by?
5x.
5x, good. The 5, because these are both divisible by 5, and the x because they both have an x. So if I were to rewrite that, I've got 5x on the outside, and then I've got 5x minus 2. Now, just to make sure you've done it correctly, if you distributed 5x times 5x, what do you get? 25x squared. 5x times a -2, -10x. All good there. Okay, what about 15x minus 6? What can I divide that side by? 3, right? And if I divide by 3, I end up with 5x minus 2, which is the same thing here, which is our number 1 checkpoint. If these two both check out, we're in a good spot. If they don't check out, we've done something wrong. Does that make sense? So your final answer down here is going to be 5x plus 3, because 5x and 3, and 5x minus 2. So to rewrite it, still got my 2 up here. Does everybody see that? And now we're going to have 2 times 5x plus 3 and 5x minus 2. We're okay there? Son, what's up? You look like you're a little confused on that.
I think, alright, so like, when you got the parentheses, like 25x squared minus 10x, parentheses, 15x minus 6.
Uh-huh.
So like, when you divided it by 5, I just got lost.
Okay, so I did 25x divided by 5x, which gave me just 5x, because 25 divided by 5 is 5. X squared divided by x, remember back to our exponent rules of x squared over x. This is really 2 minus 1, it just leaves me with x to the first, which is just x. That's all I did there. And so then I pulled the 5x out to the outside, and I rewrote the new on the inside.
Okay.
Okay? What's up, Gabe?
How did you get the
How did I get 5x plus 3? Because I divided by a 5x, and I divided by a positive 3. And so I took the two numbers on the outside of my parentheses and I put them into a binomial together. Other questions? Dude.
I did it like the, instead of 25x squared minus 10, I had 25x squared plus 15.
And it worked out the same way, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, the order for these does not matter. No matter how you write them this way, no matter how you write it on the inside here, it won't matter. As long as you do the right numbers, it won't
But
matter.
instead of having 5x plus 3 on the outside, I had on the inside. And then the
Yep,
5.
Exactly. So here's what Steven said. He had these flipped, the negative 10x and the 15x, and he ended up with 5x minus 2 as the ones he factored out. And on the inside of his two binomials, he had 5x plus 3. So again, it balances out the same way. Okay? We're good there? Let's do this last example, then I'll give you guys time to work and I'll answer whatever questions you have. Alright, this next example at least has some smaller numbers in it. I tried to kind of break it down and make some big to make you work and some small. Just, yeah, you can come by me. You're good. Alright, so for the next one, we got 4x squared plus 1 minus 4x. Now, this is actually an accident on my part. I want you to see this. The way that should look is it should be 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Okay, it's not meant to be tricking. It's just an honest mistake on my part. Does that make sense? So this x should be your b term. But again, it's got to be a negative 4x, not just the 4x. You get what I'm saying there? None of the other ones should have that issue. That's just for that particular one, so I just rewrote it so you can see it the correct way. Step 1 is multiply a times c. A times c is what in this one? 4. My b term is negative, which means that I need to list out negative terms over there. Is that fair? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have negative 1 and negative 4, negative 2 and negative 2. Which of those two sections am I going to use? The negative 2s, because negative 2 and negative 2 gives me a negative 4. I'm going to rewrite my problem now as 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 1. I'll give you a second to catch up with me there. I know I did that pretty quick. 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 1. Is everybody okay with why I rewrote those, how I rewrote those? Alright, next step is we're going to put the parentheses around them. Okay, good to go there? Questions? Alright, what can I divide 4x squared minus 2x by? 2x, good. So divide this by 2x, now leaves me with 2x, parentheses, 2x minus 1. What can I divide negative 2x plus 1 by? By 1. What, any other specifics there? Negative 1, because again, we want our two binomials to match each other. And so right now, this is negative 2x plus 1, where this is 2x minus 1. Very close, but they're not quite the same. But if I divide this by a negative 1, then I end up with 2x minus 1, which are the exact same binomials. So let me ask you this, can anybody tell me what my second binomial is going to be? I know I've got 2x minus 1. Can anybody tell me what the second one's going to be? Ryan, what do you think?
The same thing.
Yep. And you're done. 2x minus 1 is what I factored out. 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 is what I have in the parentheses. All good? Alright, cool. I'm going to go ahead and stop my video. Right on.